Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking what to expect if you rob me. Did you write this? Dude, it's what's in my tech bag. Oh my. All right, let's get into it. Trying to get me killed? Woo. Okay, so now that I have all the criminals' attention, let's do this, starting with the bag. Earlier this winter, I grabbed this bag. It's the Patagonia Atom 18-liter backpack. I wanted the small backpack that would be good for snowboarding with my Insta360 and accessories, but I didn't want to bring one of my big camera-specific bags because they're just all huge. Anyways, after snowboarding, I got home and realized that this bag's size and simplicity actually makes it really good for an everyday tech bag. So let's dive in. Starting on the back here, we have a laptop or iPad sleeve. This is pretty typical. I think most backpacks have this nowadays, but it's nice to see that it is lined with a soft material to keep your stuff safe. On the front, we've got a small zippered pouch that I use for anything that I want quick access to. Inside of the main area is a zipper pocket with a small mesh pocket beside it, and then of course the actual main area of the backpack for everything else. Now this is personal preference, but I actually don't really like bags that have a million zippers and compartments and pouches everywhere. I always forget what I put in each pocket and then I end up losing stuff because I forget that I've had it in the bag the whole time. So for me, I prefer a bag like this instead. So if you've seen my stuff before, you would be safe in assuming that I carry a camera a lot of places that I go. My main camera is the Sony A7 III. Now it's a little bit older at this point, but I still think this camera offers a great value even in the first quarter of 2021. The battery life is good, the autofocus and image quality are great, and yeah, it's just been a good workhorse for the last 2 years. I pair the camera with either my wide-angle vlog lens, the Sony 16-35, or my standard walk-around lens, which is the Sigma 24-70. The 16-35 is great for taking wide-angle type shots, and it's stabilized, which makes it really good for vlogging. The Sigma 24-70 on the other hand isn't quite as wide at 24, but instead zooms in all the way to 70 millimeters. A 24-70 lens is a great all-arounder lens because it's just so versatile. Depending on the day, I usually take one of them, but I don't usually bring both. And whatever lens I do bring, I try to pack my camera in this small Sony pouch for a little bit extra protection since the backpack doesn't have a lot of padding. Oh, and before we get super deep, I've actually got affiliate links in the description for all the things I'm talking about today. So if you buy anything from those links, I'll actually get a small commission, and that really helps out the channel a lot because I'll use that money to fund things like this. But that's for another video. So yeah, thanks in advance if you're in the mood to shop, and let's keep going. If I have work to do, I usually bring my laptop, and you probably could have guessed it, but it just slides into the laptop pocket of the backpack. I mentioned it before in other videos, but I'm rocking the 2019 13-inch MacBook Pro. I use my laptop for all my YouTube videos, I batch edit photos on it, and I do other miscellaneous tasks like everyone does on their laptops. My MacBook's been really good to me, but I know that the M1 Macs are even better, so once the rumored M1X MacBook Pros, the 14-inch or whatever size it is, comes out, I'll probably go that way. All right, what's next? Imagine I just threw it. No, I don't have that kind of YouTube money yet. Oh, I also didn't realize. Can you guys see that behind me there? Chase. Hi. Yeah, I'm a crazy cat dad. Now, contrary to everything I just said about my Mac, I'm actually trying to move some of my lighter tasks onto my iPad instead. The iPad I have is the original 9.7-inch iPad Pro from 2016. For any of the light work, like responding to comments, scripting videos, photo editing, you name it, this iPad has been up to the task. It was probably about a year ago now that I used this exact iPad to try to make an entire YouTube video from start to finish. That was the script, that was the video editing, the thumbnail, the whole works. And while the views don't reflect it, it's probably like top 3 videos that I think I've ever made. But because of that, this iPad has a special place in my heart, and I try to use it whenever I can. Now that said, when my AMC shares go to the moon and I cash out, then maybe I'll get a new iPad, but until then, this is the one I'm gonna use. So phone-wise, I recently made a pretty big upgrade going from my old iPhone 7 Plus to a new iPhone 12 Pro. I went with the Pro because I don't upgrade phones very often, so when I do, I want it to last a while. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time talking about the details of the phone, but I will say that the cameras on this thing are wild. Like, I'm really impressed. I was actually thinking of making a long-term review of the iPhone 12, but I wanted to test the waters here to see if that's something you guys would even want to watch. So if that does sound cool, let me know in the comments. So I used to carry around my Beat Studio 3s to be able to listen to music, podcasts, or edit videos, but in light of trying to be more minimal with what I'm carrying, I recently have just moved to AirPods. I've only had the AirPod Pros for 3 months, I think, but so far they're really good. To be fair, I haven't used a lot of high-end earbuds, so keep that in mind, but for me anyway, the noise canceling is great, the battery life is awesome, and the ease of connectivity between all my devices is huge. And then of course, because of how small they are, they make the cut for the everyday tech carry. So you remember before how I mentioned that this bag doesn't have a lot of compartments for small things? That could be a problem if you don't want things like AirPods to go flying around inside. So to solve that problem, I went with a tech organizer. This one right here is nothing to write home about. It's not expensive or a brand name, but instead is a $16.99 Amazon special from a company called Smatry. It's small enough not to be cumbersome in my bag, but also large enough to hold any of the small things I want to keep with me all the time. Inside of it, there are elastic dividers and Velcro compartments to give everything a place to live. Let's run through what I keep in here really quick. So the first thing is this external hard drive. It doesn't matter what I'm working on, I prefer to work on an external hard drive every single time. My drive of choice is this 500GB SSD from SanDisk. It's USB-C, which is great for the MacBook. The build quality is great on these, they're super durable, and they're fast enough to edit off of, even when they're full. Making sure all my stuff is charged is super important, and that's why I carry a battery bank. This one right here is from Anker, and it has a 20,000 milliamp hour capacity. Because of that huge size, it has enough juice in it to power my AirPods, phone, watch, iPad, whatever. The rest of the organizer here is filled with a phone charger, a USB-C cable, my watch charger, and an SD card reader. These are definitely not the most exciting things, but don't worry because I've saved the best for last. So I'm pretty confident that you're not going to expect this last thing. It's my sunglasses. And I know you're probably thinking like, why are you bringing up your sunglasses? Well, these sunglasses are from a company called Enchroma. And if you recognize the name, that's because these sunglasses are for people who are colorblind like me. So I'm red-green colorblind, or the fancy name for it is deuteranopia. Deuteranopia. I had to look that up because I didn't know how to say it. But yeah, these sunglasses help me see colors a little bit more normally like most of you guys. So a fun fact that I learned in looking up information for this video is that apparently 1 in every 8 men are colorblind, which seems like a huge number to me. Like I only know one other person who's colorblind, but apparently those are the stats. So if that's you and you're one of the 1 in every 8 and you're looking for some glasses, I recommend these ones. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive, but for me, the ability to be able to see colors the way that you're supposed to be able to see them, I don't know. It's pretty cool. And for that reason, I bring them with me everywhere I go. If you've made it this far in the video, I think there's a good chance that you're gonna like some of my other content. So before you click away, this video right up here is all about my desk setup, and that's everything to do with this room and how I've made it more productive for my workflow. The one below it is all about the YouTube studio setup and everything to get a really compact video filming setup. And if you've already seen those videos, don't forget to leave a like on this one and subscribe if you wanna see more videos in the future. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.